Flex Luther, Morgan Snicker Room. So much soul about to bust out the room. All different flavors, way more than 32. From these shoes, you can't mess with these dudes. Nike Reeboks, about soccer knees. Golden Goose is on dude.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Soul Brothers, hosted by yours truly, Flex Luther, and none other than Morgan Snicker Room. Today, guys, we are blessed with a guest. Key to your soul. What's up? What's new? And how you feeling, my girl?
You could have said my guy. I feel like one of the
Nah.
guys when I'm with y'all. No, okay, all right.
Oh, if that's how you feel, but
I
Whatever.
think you're one of the guys, Key.
Thank
You're
you,
one of the bro.
Morgan.
You're a bro.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a real nigga.
Can we say that? I don't think we've ever
Oh,
used
bro,
that word on this
I was
pod.
like 30. It
We
was
said
35
everything else
seconds in.
except that.
35 seconds in. I like it.
Oh,
right. Tone has been set.
listen, that's I was gonna say the tone has been set. But hi, I'm good. This is my second episode with y'all. So people that don't know me, I'm Kiwi, and yeah, we outside this episode.
Oh,
We're outside.
oh, okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. So, well, let's get right into it. What we got on feet? What we plan on wearing today?
Flex, you usually go first, right?
I'm about to go.
Dang. Okay. Dang.
I know.
Flex.
Morgan,
Bro, hey,
Morgan
Flex
like he the
hat
boss.
says. Hey, Flex
Mm.
hat says thirst on it, bro. What does that mean?
Ex Joe Fresh Goods. So.
Oh, it's a Sprite joint.
Yeah.
Okay, that would make
Oh,
sense. Now it makes
nice.
more sense. All right, my bad.
Wow. So look. I gotta tell the story because the whole reason of me like posting a picture with this and like taking a picture of the hat was like, oh, it's Joe Fresh Goods, and so people just probably think I'm taking a picture of the hat saying thirst.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Those that don't know,
I
they
forgot
don't
that
know.
was. Yeah,
That's
I forgot that was one of the
crazy.
pieces in the capsule.
Wow.
I just thought you had the hat that said thirst. All right, go ahead, man. My bad.
So today I'm going with the Air Max Plus Voltage Purple. Again, one of my favorite silhouettes. It's that type of day, just chilling, running few errands, athleisure.
It's a big
Yeah,
sneaker
I need
over
to
in the
go
UK.
back. Yeah, they are.
Really? I can see
Definitely need
that.
to go back for those. Did you know the Sunset pair, the original pair, they didn't come in my size this time around.
They
They
did it.
started out at 6.
They were super
Wow.
limited because I got the not this time but the last time.
Yeah, they were.
But they were like super limited, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
because I got the blue pair and the Sunset pair because I worked at Foot Locker and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna slide these size 11s in the back of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but yeah,
We're getting the blue
that
pair in 2025.
are
again.
we? I got them already. I'm cool.
I don't.
So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be playing 2K all day. I have been off, well, not really off work, but like going in every once in a while, doing a few lessons here and there, doing a few events. But since I work every single day, I'm taking this time to just chill and play a lot of Xbox. I got a new Xbox Series X for Christmas. I'm very late to the
Dang.
game. I'm always late to the game, like getting like new consoles and stuff like that. Like when everybody else is getting the new one, I'm like, I still got the old one, right? So I finally got the new one, and I've been playing 2K. And my character is running around in the black cement 3s, so that's what I'm saying I'm wearing today. So some black cement 3s. This is the 2018 pair. I have the 2011 pair as well, but this is I like how these are a little bit better.
My favorite pair of as far as like me collecting, would be the 2011. That's the pair I started out with. And then got the 2018s, and I went back for the countdown pack pair, and then now this pair this year. This pair this year is amazing. I don't care what nobody's talking about. That pair is good, and they feel so good on feet. It's like, did y'all get the reimagined white cements?
Yeah.
No, I've got the 2011
Like
and the 2013. So
the feel on the reimagined white cements is so good.
it's good.
So good, and I could tell they use that same tooling with the black cement. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, my shoe that I'm wearing today, because I am going out in a few after this, I'm undiessing the Nego Air Force 3.
Wait a minute. I thought that was pronounced. How do you pronounce that, Flex?
Yeah,
You said Nigo. You said Nigo. I thought it was Nigo.
Hey, look. At least I corrected myself in my video. So
No, I corrected
Nago is so
yourself.
crazy. Yeah, he
nah,
corrected you.
not in my video. He didn't.
But he corrected you on here. So you
In
have
real
no
life.
choice but to correct yourself in your video. But yeah, this is the pair that
Yeah.
I'm undessing today. Really cool pair. I feel like they had a lot of talk around them, like prior to it coming out. But then, like once it dropped, it was just like, yep. But I really like them. Like I don't know. I'm a fan of older Nike silhouettes, as you know. I really want an Air Force 2 to come back out.
Yeah.
I really love the Air Force 2. But yeah, I think he did really good. I like the beef and broccoli pair too. Like the textures on there are really cool.
Mhm.
That's the one that's about to come out, right? Or it came
Yeah.
out
Oh
recently.
yeah.
It's-
Yeah, they
it
came out
already
recently. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I,
The, that
I like them too, but it's just the whole monkey story, bro. I just can't. I just
Yeah.
well,
but I feel like that's big in like
in Japan, it comes from
yeah,
it comes from a Japanese like saying like a bathing ape in lukewarm water or something like that. Like
yeah.
so
Apes
it's
in
not
general, but
well
still.
I mean okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not gonna go that far. I go by like the intention of what they're saying, right?
yeah.
The intention is like it's just based off a Japanese proverb
No.
or saying. I don't even think it's a proverb, but like a saying in Japan. So I don't really
No.
trip on that, but on that much.
No, I get it. But it's just like so if you watch Dragon Ball Z, they start off as apes. In the beginning, they have the tail that turns into an ape. And their superior, which is Frieza, he's the one that has the Saiyans Earth planet destroyed. When he gets upset with them, he calls them little monkeys. Like you're just a stupid monkey. And that's still like the same it's still like the same culture, and it just always rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know, but it is what it is.
Flex is always like.
Flex,
No, not.
Flex is secretly a hotep.
You're not Hotepish. You're not there yet.
He's on the pathway.
I get it though. I get it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like that been on my feet. I don't know. I just can't get past it. But I get
Buy
his
two
attention.
pairs. You gave him your money.
But now that was the Young Thug one. That wasn't you monkey. That wasn't that pair.
Yeah.
that wasn't that pair. Yeah. But
Ain't nothing wrong with Baby Milo, man. Nothing wrong with Baby Milo.
Yeah, we like we love Baby Milo.
Ain't nothing wrong with denim tears either, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Brother.
Don't get me started. Anyways.
My man got on denim tear joggers and Milo shirt. Yeah. My man's full on Planet of the Apes.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna get you a kufi. You need a kufi that says thirst on it.
The fact that you even like know the name is just like,
bro. We gonna get you a kufi, bro. We gonna get you a kufi.
That's part of your brand, because like a kufi is crazy. I'm just
gonna get a kufi that says thirst. Have you selling?
That's great. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's all right.
This is a FOI flex.
Nah, it's cool because I'm gonna clip this. When we have Joe Fresh Goods, I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna be like, how you I'm gonna wear this hat. Like, so how you feel about this hat, Morgan? How you feel about it?
Love it.
I love it.
So I'm thirsty right now. I'm gonna have a Sprite.
Nah, but I think this was my favorite part of that whole release to me. I was just like, I gotta have that hat. And I really thought I was doing something when I posted that picture. I was like, people gonna be like, oh, I forgot about it. People don't even know where it came from. That's crazy.
But you know what though?
That's
I
crazy.
had on the Sprite shirt from that same collection, and like I was teaching tennis lessons in it, and the kids were like, "You like Sprite that much? You like Sprite that much?" Like, no, it's Joe Freshgoods. You don't understand what he did for the culture.
Yeah,
they don't care. These little tennis kids don't care.
They don't care.
I mean, but with this one, that's why I like Sprite. You can't really see it unless it's on the side. But this is more of like you don't really know where it's coming from. It ain't really Sprite branding.
Yeah, it's just thirst branding.
Yeah, thirst.
Hold on, real quick. Key, here's what I need you to do. Because look, if
Okay.
you have a fire at your crib,
Yo,
like,
don't start.
Flex, don't take none of them out, bro. If Key has a fire at her crib, bro, she is
Take it all
done.
out.
Look, see,
Take
She's
it out.
done.
You
Don't
better
take
take it out.
Don't take one
You
out.
better don't take
I
the
think-
noise out.
I think the editing software takes it out anyway. You won't hear.
So they're not
You
gonna
won't
know what I'm
hear.
talking about. So I'm gonna sound crazy.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna add one in like a loud beep. I'm gonna add one in when I'm editing. It's gonna be this loud beep that just overtakes everybody.
Not too much. Anyways,
Oh yeah, let's
do your job.
Do your job, Flex. Run the show.
Yo.
Dance.
Alright.
That's what you said.
All right, let me straighten my head up. Well, let's get into what I wanted to ask. So it's one of our topics for today. I feel like all three of us have been collecting for a while, and our collections. I feel like I don't even know how many pair you have, Key, but you just always showing something I haven't seen you with. Um, so how do you fight off the fatigue? Is there any point while you were collecting where you're just like, what am I doing? Like, am I going to continue just adding and adding?
So honestly, like, no, I think, the first step to addiction is realizing that you have a problem. I know that we have a problem and I accept that we have a problem, but I think I started feeling better about it once I just started slowing down. So like between, I want to say 2015, 16ish, like I made sure that I slowed down with like buying pairs. So I have moments where it's like I'm more aware that like I can't just keep buying, and my bank account tells me the same thing. You can't keep buying because you're going to end up with nothing, right? So I never like felt bad about it because I just like, it is what it is. Like I feel like for some reason when it comes down to sneakers, people make such a big deal out of it. But people can collect vinyls, they can collect toys, they can collect anything else. But for some reason, when people hear sneakers, they're like, "What the fuck?" Like that is so weird. And it's like, it's not. It's like,
Well,
what?
I think part of it comes from the culture of sneakers, right? Like who's like they always think back to the like, oh well, they killing each other over sneakers, like, you know what I'm saying?
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
I'm not trying to get I'm not trying to
Listen, you know
my
you know
Peniel,
me.
man. Like I know Flex's Peniel right now.
Morgan,
is working.
he puts his patch on depending on who we have on the pod. Like he'll throw his little patch on and he'll get to talking about, what's really the problem with the culture is. But other than that, he used to like, you know what, Flex? I don't want to talk about what's the culture. It's getting boring.
Yeah.
But now,
No, that's different.
Look,
That's
he done
different.
got a little
That's
nasally.
different.
He like, are you talking about the culture? He talking about the culture. He done changed his whole little accent and everything. I like it. I like.
That's not true.
I like.
Yo, he trying. Okay, you trying now?
Now when he start coming for you, don't say nothing because you playing now.
Look,
Yeah,
because he coming He coming
ahead,
for
Flex.
my hat, and you coming for my hat. You've been on my hat. And
All
I
right,
like my
so
hat.
y'all 1-1. Y'all 1-1.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to be the mediator
That's fair.
between y'all.
But I want to say this because Flex talking about the culture. I'm talking about two different. Like when we've been talking about sneaker culture, right? I'm talking about culture in like American culture, right? Like when I remember. Oh, here we go.
You're
When
separating it, huh?
Of course.
So
Of
sneaker
course.
culture. So sneaker culture is American culture.
No.
So
Here we go. Flex. I need you to listen. Bro. I need you to open up that third eye. I need you to open up your third eye, right?
Let me get
When regular Americans hear about sneakers, we're talking about maybe 10 years ago and before, right? What is automatically going to come into their minds? They're going to sound like Frieza talking about I'm not going to say it.
Listen,
I'm not going to say it. But
Listen, we gotta just
Stupid
call it
monkeys
for
is
what it
crazy.
is. When you think about sneaker culture, so to your point, like how sneakers have been perceived over the years. A lot of it comes down to, oh, they're killing each other for sneakers. Sneakers
Mm-hmm.
is also under the umbrella of hip hop. Hip hop
Mm-hmm.
comes from what? Black people. It is what it is. Like it is like, and then when you think about basketball and sports, like most of the time, the athletes that we look up to are black,
I'm not gonna
right?
front like Larry Bird. Like I know Larry Bird was in a Converse weapon, but Larry Bird ain't selling me no sneakers, bro. Like,
And
True.
we love it, and we love Converse. Like
right,
we love the history of Converse. We get it, but it's like, let's be for real,
right. Steve Nash wasn't selling me no sneakers. Like
respectfully.
even
Respectfully,
Half of Blake Griffin wasn't selling me no sneakers. So
like it is what it is. So
Jason
But
Kidd though, go ahead.
but I'm saying like the fatigue of sneakers or sneaker collecting. Where does that stem from? Like, if you do you ever look at your collection? It's kind of like, should I keep doing this, or why am I doing this? Do you question? I guess would you question your love? Have you ever questioned your love for sneakers?
never,
Never.
I
never.
I think I've questioned like why am I doing this, and then it turns back and like the answer is always because I love sneakers and I love this.
That's
Right,
what
it
gets you
makes me
back into
happy.
it.
Right, like there have been times I've looked at my collection and bro, what am I doing? Like, what is like this isn't normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
When I tell
normal. That's why
it's
we just
not, you know
accept
what I'm
it.
saying? Like, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't judge people for like I don't drink or anything. I don't drink that much. But like I don't judge people for like binge drinking on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but they probably spent. Well, I don't know about spending more on a weekend than I spent on some sneakers, but
You
like
go to a club and
But
buying
one thing, you
shots.
just don't worry about what other people are doing with their money.
exactly. Yep, exactly.
But for some
Like
reason, with us, people worry about what we do with ours.
we are. Yeah, exactly. Like I work hard. You know, I think we all work hard. So it's like, well, except Flex, because Flex ain't got no job, but
I
we
knew
all
you
work
was coming.
hard.
All right, that's
2-1. Go ahead.
two and
2-1.
one.
Go ahead.
So we most of us work hard, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't need another grown up telling me like, hey, you should really be spending you should be saving it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I save money, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, like let me have my fun with the money that I'm not saving.
Yeah, I think it
Mm.
only becomes really bad if it's like the people around you know that like you spending like your last like
Yeah,
bills and priorities are super fucked up. And I'm not just talking about like, oh, I'm gonna buy a sneaker with this paycheck because I know I can make up for that bill next paycheck. I'm talking like you are
right.
down to nothing. Like you're just really financially shouldn't be doing anything but getting yourself together. That's a little different.
Yeah, like I mean, me and my fiance we own a house together. I just got a new car a couple months ago. Like
Nice.
I'm able to do things right? Like my car breaks down, I'm not on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like my car breaks down, I'm in a new car the next week. You know?
Okay,
So
flex.
that's well, yeah, I guess. It was a stressful week, but still in a new
Yeah,
car
yeah.
by the next week.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I look around at all these sneakers and it's like, all right, this is a little bit absurd, but at the same time, able to get things done that need to get done.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I think I this is my first time I really ran into like what am I doing? I just had my fighter jet phone posits. My soles came off,
Yeah.
and I've never had like a crumbled pair, like a pair that I
Mm.
can't wear in my collection. So like looking, and I'm just like, yo, it made me just look around like, yo, what am I doing? Like this pair I can't even wear is still in my collection, because most of the time we throw away stuff that we can't wear, or obviously I can't reglue them, and I am gonna reglue them, but it just that was the first time I've really questioned like collecting and continuing buying sneakers. My love for sneakers definitely hasn't changed, but I looked around just like, what am I doing? What's the end goal here?
I
Mhm.
think I mean, I talked to my fiance about this because we are saving up for a wedding. Um,
Hmm.
but like my goal for next year is less quantity and more quality, right? Like I'm gonna buy less sneakers, but I'm gonna buy like ones that are like grails. Like that's the goal, right? So instead of buying 2 sneakers a month, which is a low number, but we'll just say 2 sneakers a month.
Mhm.
You know, I might buy 1 sneaker and it'll be like a real good one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I've been doing this year. Actually, like I didn't buy as much this year as I've done in the previous years, and a lot of it has been more quality type shoes than just me
Mhm.
picking up a regular dunk that I think is a cute color that I'm
Yeah.
probably not gonna wear. So yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of that this year. This year I bought a lot of sneakers.
Yeah.
So business was booming.
I know.
Gotcha.
I got
I
that
mean,
bacon. Like I got so many. Sorry to cut you off, Flex, but like I got
Yeah,
that
it's all right,
bacon
man.
dunk.
Patch came off, huh? Jumped in front of the line again. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Back it up,
I
bro.
don't.
You're
It's
brighter than
cra-
I am. You're brighter than I am.
That's
Yep,
crazy.
but no, I ain't gonna do you like that.
Go
I
ahead.
ain't
Go
gonna do
ahead.
you like
Yeah.
that.
Go
I ain't
ahead.
even
I
gonna do
knew
you like. I
yeah.
ain't 50% though. I'm 100%.
Anyway, I got the bacon dunk, like the women's bacon. You know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about?
I like that.
Yeah.
Pair.
It's
I like
like
that. Pair.
I like that
I
pair.
like it too, but it's like, what am I
Did I
gonna
need
wear?
it?
What am I gonna wear?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Right?
Or did
Like,
you just get it to match the bacon Air Max 90s? Like,
low key, I kind of
That's
did.
definitely why I'm gonna
that's
get
the
that.
thing. That's
Yes,
the thing.
exactly.
That's why I
Definitely
wanted them
gonna.
too.
Flex, you got the bacon Air Max 90s?
I don't. That's why I want the dunks.
Oh, yo,
I'm not.
Alan, you
You can
need
get
that
the
pair.
90s. The 90s are they
Yeah, I
still
know.
cheap?
When the last time I checked, yeah, they were pretty cheap. I mean, the re-release really didn't do too much.
That's crazy
Now
to me.
the Dave's Meat original pair,
Dave's
they
quality meat,
still
yeah.
they still setting at
Hey,
Oh,
a
yeah.
good healthy price.
sorry.
Yo.
Hey, look, Morgan won't correct me. He's
No,
about Dave's
like-
good meat. Yeah. I just said Dave's meat. He's like, Dave's quality meat? Yeah, but go. Oh,
Oh my God.
Flex decided he's gonna fight back today, huh?
why not, man? You came for my hat. That really set the tone. You came
Did
for
it
my hat.
really?
Yeah, bro. I'm proud of you.
Bro, you just walk no. Now that you told the story, bro, like I don't feel bad, but it's like, oh yeah, I was wrong, right? Like I got corrected. Right? Like you get corrected every episode, bro. Like
Nah, but yeah, I still want that pair. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really an Air Max 90 person. Like, I'm not really. I got maybe 2 pairs. I got
Oh, wow.
There's a football pair, and I have the Ken Griffey pair. That's the only
Okay.
2 pair of Air
you
Max
gotta
90s I
have
got.
I feel like you gotta have an infrared.
You
Like,
gotta have
I
1000%.
I hate infrared. I hate that color. I hate
you
it.
hate the color?
Yeah, because I just hate that shade of pink. I just no.
It's actually infrared.
Yeah, that's why I said
It's not
so.
pink, it's infrared.
This is infrared.
Oh, here we go.
So sorry, I gotta be that person.
It's
infrared.
all right, but that's why I don't like it. I just don't like that color. I'm sorry.
So
Just
you don't
I'm
like
more of a-
infrared sixes?
I have them, but you know why I got them? Because I thought when I seen the initial pictures, they looked like the varsity red. So when I got the pair, this is when I had other people camping out for me. So I didn't see the pair till that morning when I got them and she gave me the pair. And I'm like, yo,
You
these are
talking about
pink.
the 2014 pair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have the varsity red sixes from like when 09 or 2010.
Yeah, it's early. Yeah.
And that's what I was expecting too. Now I didn't end up getting that 2014 pair, but I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting the infrared on them to be like that.
So they left a bad taste in my mouth. So ever since then,
That's
infrared has
crazy.
not been.
I love the 2014 pairs. Well,
That's the only infrared I got in my collection in general. There's nothing
wow.
in my collection that's infrared besides my infrared sixes.
Yep.
Nice is crazy. Nice is crazy.
I think the Air Max 90 will grow on you though.
Yeah,
Because it grew on me. Like it
It's a
started
good
with
shoe.
the infrared pair. Like it started with like the infrared pair, and I was like, you know what, these
Maybe.
are kind of fire.
The whole
and then
pack, the infrared, the Volt, the purple, the teal, like
I gotta get a pair of the infrareds. I mean, I like my Ken Griffey's. I like those, but like for a silhouette that I'm not really like a fan of, I
Yeah,
rather
I
get
get it.
like the crazy pairs. The NFL pair is like a football
Hmm.
material. The Ken
Yeah.
Griffey's is like based off the Ken Griffey silhouette and his legacy or whatever. So it's just like those are the Air Max 90s that I would shoot for.
You know what? A cheap pair that you might, I shouldn't say cheap, but an inexpensive pair that you might end up really liking is the Mars Landing.
Oh yeah, I have those. Yeah,
That's
I
the
could
The
see that.
one.
Mars,
Yeah.
they're like, I mean, it looks like Mars, and
Mars,
then
and
when
then like
there's
the
light
whole
on them,
the 3M.
it's
Hmm.
crazy. Is the Moon Landing, is that a 90 or is that an Air Max 1?
That's a 90, I thought. Yeah, it's a
I
90.
think it's a 90. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not getting
Is
that
it-
for
Yeah, no, that's not
cheap.
inexpensive. I know, I know what the Air Max 90 is,
Yeah.
man. I know the story behind it, but it's
But
not
I
one of
will
those
say, I
silhouettes for
know
me.
a lot of people like the Air Max 90 more than the Air Max 1. I'm the opposite. I like the Air Max 1 more than the Air Max 90.
Yeah.
Really,
It
I
is.
thought people like the MX ones more than 90s. 90s my favorite, but
Uh-huh.
I usually hear people say the one is
Yeah, I
their
like the
go-to.
one
Really?
better.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that people like the 90 better. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but
Yeah.
maybe just a certain corner of the internet that
Yeah.
I've seen
You're
that.
not you're
Here
not
we
on the
go,
right
Flex. Go
corner.
ahead, Flex.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, as we close out 2024 and we were going into 2025, Key, I would like to know, in your words, how would you describe sneakers in the year of 2024? Just
In
overall, whole year.
the year ghetto. Now let me stop.
Dang.
Get
I'm
'em.
joking.
Hey, Flex said we can't use that word anymore. Flex said
Sorry.
Bro, we don't
My
talk
bad.
denim tears, monkeys, and
And
ghetto is
ghetto.
ghetto is like
So
at the bottom of the
we're
bucket right now.
How would I describe sneakers in 2025?
4.
For 2025. For 2024. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. All right. Okay. 2 words. Overwhelming, underwhelming.
Ooh.
I
And
like
I
that.
say
Explain.
that because overwhelming, so much dropped.
Yeah.
So many shoes dropped from
Yeah.
all brands. Like you think about J Tips, dude, you dropped 6 sneakers.
He did.
Yeah.
Like
Yo.
that's crazy. The Omni
So-
Nines, both colorways, the kids pair and those colorways, and then the Matrix. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like collabs are ODing. I'm not gonna hold you, but underwhelming because even within everything that dropped, I still had a hard time connecting to a lot of pairs.
Mm.
Like it was a good year because a lot of things dropped and people for the most part got to get what they wanted, but nothing really hit me. So even doing my top 10, I'm like, damn, like what sneakers this year really made me feel?
Mhm.
I had a hard time with that this year.
That's so I'm gonna
It's
put
got me
out
thinking.
I'm gonna be putting out a list of my top whatever pickups, and it's not like excluded to this year only because of that reason right there. And I did the same thing last year, because I don't, like you said, like I don't feel, the J Tips pairs, of course. I mean, what else really came out this year that I felt a connection to? Military Blue 4s, but that was a personal reason.
Mm-hmm.
I still got that pair.
And they're fine. They're not great. Even though, like, one of the biggest releases of the year, as far as like units go, like the Bread 4, like
The
felt
Reimagined
nothing.
Bread.
Yeah,
Really?
felt
They're my
nothing
top,
for
they're
those.
my top 10.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt nothing for those, and that's one of my favorite. The Bread 4 is one of my favorite shoes of all time.
Do
But
you
yeah,
have them?
I do. I've got the 2012. I don't have I didn't get the reimagined pair.
Can we work on something in 2025?
Okay.
I promise you. Like I'm gonna like.
See,
this
look,
is
your
gonna be
light
my
almost
promise
fell
to
and,
you.
and started a fire, and
I-
nobody would have known.
Yo, you gotta relax.
And nobody
You
would have
gotta
known.
relax. I promise you, if you get that that pair and you wear them, you're gonna fall in love. I promise you,
The
because I felt
reimagining
the
pair?
same way. Yes, and that's why they're in my top 10. They're my most worn shoe of the year.
Really?
Like, I'm telling you, like it's different. Like, and then they're mad comfortable, mad
Yeah.
comfortable.
Like I know the 2012 pairs of the fours are not comfortable at all.
I'm telling you, it's a
Like
game changer.
all right, I'll try. I just don't be
Yeah.
buying Jordans like that.
I
Yeah.
know, I know, but I think once you put them on feet and then you make a fit, you're gonna be like, okay, this is probably gonna be in my rotation.
Yeah.
I mean, if
We'll
I
see.
don't even, I don't have the breads at all, and I don't plan on getting them. At least the suede pair, because I'm just not a fan of like nubuck and suede. Um, that's why I want to get the reimagines because I always rather have the breads in a leather material. Um, because I just don't have no ties. Like I told Morgan, like when a shoe gets re-released, I don't care about the higher cut patent leather or if the shape is a little different than that. I mean, that doesn't bother me because I'm not really tied to certain colorways and stuff for like nostalgic reasons like that. Like
Mhm.
Jordan did this in them, or I remember this one was a lower cut. Like it's more of like moments, and I'm just like I want the breads because of what they are, but I want them where I can wear them whenever I really want to wear them, and that means in
That's
the rain or
real
whatever.
though, because a lot of people won't admit that. A lot of people won't admit that a lot of the reason why they love sneakers probably has nothing to do with MJ and what he did in the shoe, which
Well,
is totally fine.
yeah.
Because me and Flex, we're the same age, so like we didn't see Jordan play for real. Like by the time Jordan was like,
How old do you think I am, Key?
Bro, you like high school? Like how old? You like high
no,
school? Right?
no,
You're like
no, Morgan's like what? You're 33.
probably like 37, 37,
I turned 33 next week.
37.
There you go.
I
I
keep
forgot
on,
you're
I
Capricorn,
keep on
Capricorn
forgetting our
season. Happy
birthdays are like
Capricorn season, guys, by the way.
Huh?
goats.
Both of y'all. Goats.
I,
Is
I
your
forgot our
birthday coming up
birthdays.
too, Flex?
Yeah. Oh wow.
I don't know when your birthday
Yeah.
is.
I've been yes, we discussed this on the last beginning of last year on our first episode. But yeah, I can't remember. I think it was like the 8th, right?
Mine's a second.
Second. Yeah, okay. Mine's
Oh
is the
my God,
5th.
you and my sister share the same birthday. That's crazy. Happy
Did
birthday.
we? Thank you. So,
I
anyways,
love
so like
Capricorn.
I saw Jordan play at the very end of his career, right? Like
When he was on the
remembering seeing
Wizards.
him play. Yeah, when he was on the
Okay.
Wizards, like I wasn't like in '97. Like, of course, he was playing when I was having thoughts and like being a kid,
Mm-hmm.
but I was also a Reggie Miller fan because everybody else was a Jordan fan. I wanted to be different. Like everybody else in the neighborhood was a Jordan fan. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna be different. I'm a Reggie Miller fan, and I like Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. But like, for me, like it is about Jordan. But I'm also Unk status now, right? Like the younger people coming into sneakers. Yep, told you. Um,
Not too much.
um, I
Oh
mean,
my
they
light.
if you haven't seen Jordan play, then like, why should you care about Jordan? Like, what Jordan did in a certain
Mm-hmm.
sneaker? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, I mean, so
And I
for
think my
for
opinion on that changed. I think it used to be opposite, but now since being with Flex,
mm-hmm.
um, and being on the podcast, like, and hearing you talk about it, it's like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
Well,
good.
see, I mean, I've never. It's never been about Jordan for me. When it came to Jordans,
Hmm.
it's never been about Jordan. Jordan being who he was just a plus. But like, I mean, I think I've told the story about the last shot. I was calling those the last shock, and
Hmm.
I always wondered like why they calling them the last shock. Like I don't see any. I was thinking like the 14, the teeth were kind of like a shock wave. So I'm like maybe
Hmm.
that's why. Um, but then once I like really started digging into like the backstory to sneakers and the storytelling of sneakers, then I heard the last shot. Okay,
Yeah,
now it makes sense. But I was already into sneakers. Like I was already into that colorway, that silhouette. I was already into it. So it's
you
never
never
been a thing
saw
for me.
it written down. You never saw like last shot like written down or anything like that.
No, I mean, cause it was out in the wild. Like I would see sneakers out in the wild. It wasn't like,
Because you weren't even online looking
yeah,
at
I wouldn't, yeah,
sneakers.
I was out like,
Ah,
oh, those are nice. And I knew, oh, those are Jordans. You know,
yeah.
those are dope. This Jumpman 23. All right. So yeah, so, like I was saying, I don't really have any. When I first started collecting, I had no ties to Jordans being because of Michael Jordan. Like I was out in the wild and I would see a pair and I'm like, oh, yo, those are nice. And, you know, what are those? Oh, these are retro 14s. And like I said, I was telling Morgan my story about the last shot. I used to call them the last shock, you know. And I always wondered like why are they calling them last shock? Like, you know, what is and I thought the teeth on the retro 14 were shocks. So I'm like, I guess that's why they call them shocks, you know, the red and black
Um,
shots, the bread shocks.
I still don't know what you mean by teeth.
I
You
call them
know,
cheap teeth.
Oh, on
yeah,
the
when everybody described the 14, they would call the little sidebars like teeth.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I call them cheap teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was thinking like that was the shock of the shoe, like the last shot, like a shock wave going through the shoe, and I just couldn't understand it. And then like once I got into storytelling of the sneaker and the backstory, like really looking into sneakers that I was wearing, then I realized, oh, it's the last shock. Oh, obviously I knew who Michael Jordan was, but I'm not a sports guy, and I didn't grow up a sports guy. Like I wasn't watching Sunday night football, Thursday night football, Monday night, whatever night it comes on. It wasn't me. So like I'm looking at Air Force Ones because of Gucci Man and Franchise Boys like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was into. You
Okay.
know, I was into street culture. You know,
Right.
I'm trying to figure
There
out
we
what
go.
Big Meech was wearing, Larry Hoover,
Who?
stuff like Big Meech.
Oh, no, I thought you said something before that.
Big Meat, Big Meat is
No,
crazy, bro.
no.
Big Meat is crazy. What is on your mind this episode, Morgan?
That's crazy.
Morgan's a big meat. But yeah, no, that's what I was looking at when I was thinking sneakers. I had a Fila run too, but you know, for the ones that know, they know.
That's tough.
What you mean that's a Fila's got some. I feel like they've got a little stake in the sneaker game.
They
No,
got a like the
I
Grant
wasn't wearing them.
Hills
I
What
wasn't
the what?
wearing the
Yeah.
Grant Hills and the MBs. I was wearing like the
Oh.
double tongue Filas.
or
Like,
or
The
like all the
high
ones that
top
look like
joints.
Pradas that I fucking hated growing up. Like they used to
I'm not gonna
roast
front.
people.
I had a
I'm
pair.
talking about like the
Oh
round ones with the like I said
I had
with
a pair.
the had a different color. It had like swooshes going on the side, like the curves going on the side.
Yeah.
They're like high tops, the Filas. But that was the
no.
reason
You,
though.
you
Like
used
I
to
said,
tuck
for
your
the ones.
pants. You used to tuck your
Oh,
pants behind the tongue, didn't you?
no, that's crazy. I've never done it ever. I always
Okay.
thought that was just the craziest thing ever, especially with baggy pants. But I always did the whole cuff over. You know.
I used to tie. I wish I can do an example. I used to, so clearly because baggy pants before we got skinny straight legs and stuff. I used to tie my uptowns. I wish I could like explain it. So like, let me get my pants. So this is random sneaker. So we used to tie it. We used to put it through here and tie it so you could still like see the whole shoe because the pants
Mm-hmm.
was so baggy. So
Mm.
I don't know if people did that, but I realized that it was a thing. Who Nas?
The
Mm-hmm.
rubber
Nas
band
had
thing.
it like that on his Stillmatic album. When you see
Mm-hmm.
his shoes, like it's tied like that. I was like, I wonder if that was like a New York thing, because that's how I grew up
Mm.
like tying.
I
I know the
remember the
rubber
When you
rubber
wanted to
bands.
show
band.
the
I
shoe.
remember, yeah. I remember the rubber bands, but I've never seen the tying of the shoe into
Yeah, between the
the
laces.
pant.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I gotta go back to the Stillmatic for a reference. Yo, that is
Yep.
crazy. Bro got his whole like pants in that thing. That's crazy.
Yep.
I've
Yep.
never noticed that.
Put this and
Mm.
put the album cover. That's what I'm saying.
That
I don't know if it was a New York thing or what, but
Yeah.
that's how we did
yeah,
it.
that had to be, bro. Like that's
We weren't doing
crazy.
that in Indianapolis.
Nah, but I would say sneakers for me, 2024. I would describe it as I don't know. There's a lot. What's the good word for tension? It was very
Tension.
It was
Tense.
tense. Yeah, I was gonna
It was
say
kind of,
tense.
it was kind of like walking on eggshells. It was just like just waiting for the next thing to explode, where people are like going back and forth. I mean, we had the
Oh, I
whole.
thought you meant just sneakers. I didn't know if you meant
I mean, just
like.
just oh yeah. I mean, even with sneakers, I think we're always just waiting for the next like, oh, those are ugly, or oh, we're tired of this, or
Yeah. There's
Mhm.
we were
always
just
going to be
we're just
something
waiting.
negative. Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like we were just waiting. I feel like it was a
Yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
game. Sneakers in general, just waiting. I'm waiting for something to pop. I'm waiting for something to really get me back into sneakers. I'm waiting
Mm.
for. It was just I'm waiting, and I don't. I feel like we were waiting the whole year, because I don't think we ever really got anything that truly was like, oh, this is the year. I feel like this is probably one of the most dull years for sneakers since I've been collecting. Now, from my point of view,
That's
because
interesting.
me looking back, I'm trying to think like what really it was like. Oh yeah, this is the year. This is the one of those years that you talk about. We're going to talk about with when it comes to sneakers. Now, I think we'll talk about it when it comes to like things that happen, impactful events within the sneaker and sneaker culture. But far as sneakers, I mean, we could. I mean, J Tip's run. I mean, that's pretty much all I would really when I think of 2024, his run with
The ones.
Saucony,
Yeah.
his lineup, his camp out, stuff
Saucony
like
in
that.
general had a great year. Great year outside of
Yeah.
collabs. Super good year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even their like mainline sneakers were great.
Yeah.
I was talking to my homeboy and I was giving him my top 10. He was like, "Wow, Saucony GR made it to your top 10." I said, "Yeah, I've been chasing this shoe. I chased that Omni Crystal Cave pair all year until I finally got the pair. I'm in love with that shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah.
Like in
Gotta
love.
love it. Gotta
Yep.
love it.
Absolutely.
Such a good shoe.
It is an
I love
incredible shoe.
I love the Omni 9, man. I love that silhouette. I really
Yeah, the
thought the
Omni
Pro
9.
Grid, the Triumph was gonna be my shoe. But once I got that Omni 9, I was like, oh no, this is the silhouette.
Yeah.
This is the silhouette. And I think I'm up to almost 10 pairs of Omni 9s right now.
That's
Oh wow.
crazy. Not crazy in a bad way, like crazy in a
Wait.
good way. Like this,
Yeah, nah,
you know.
like
Morgan, you made a little monster, you know that, right?
I did, but so I wanted to bring this up, right? Because like on TikTok you get the like on this day or whatever, and so I'm seeing videos from 2 years ago where like I'm talking about Sauconys, and like the comments are very much like, I go back and look at them, and it's like nobody wearing these, or even some of the people who also make content who are wearing Sauconys now are like, oh no, like these aren't it, or they would try to say like, oh, they Sauconys, like just to try to be funny and stuff like that. And now everybody's on them, and it's kind of like that whole. I mean, J Tips had the remember who fronted, like that whole remember who fronted like campaign for
Yep.
his first shoe, and it's like, you MFs are fronting, like you're exactly who he's talking about, but now they're celebrating it. And so that brings me to what I would describe this year as is I would say change, right? Like
I like that.
in a culture that's been dominated by Nike and Jordan, we've seen them fall off. No, I don't want to say fall off, but lose that
Momentum.
not even momentum, like that grasp on the top spot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
where people aren't checking for anything else. I mean, J Tips had people camping out in 2024, maybe 2023.
2023 too, yeah.
Yeah. For Sauconys, bro. Like camping out for a Saucony, like that's crazy. We don't even camp out for Jordans anymore. Right? Like that is
And I was there. I camped out for both.
Yes, you were.
crazy.
Like that's awesome, right? Like but it's not just J Tip. Like I know we bring them up a lot on this podcast, but it's like, New Balance had a quiet year, but still a good year, and Asics is having a great year. And like Reebok is doing interesting things, and Adidas basketball is doing interesting things,
They're
and
bodying it,
right,
bodying.
and like Nike basketball is boring. It is like, I mean,
Except for
this
that
time of
Sabrina
year.
too. That
Oh,
Sabrina too is good.
yes, yes. I like what they're doing with the women's basketball shoes. Like, I think that is an interesting turn because we weren't really looking for, other than like the Cheryl swoops, we weren't really looking for women's sneakers back, even 5 years ago, and now Asia's getting her sneaker. I wanted to say Asia before Caitlin Clark because I don't want any problems from
Yeah,
anybody listening, but Asia's getting her sneaker. Um,
as she should.
Caitlin, yep, exactly. Caitlin Clark is getting her sneaker. I
As she
think
should.
Reese, right? Angel Reese is getting a sneaker, right?
Didn't she
For Reebok.
already? She dropped a collection, but I don't know. I don't.
Is she
You're right. I don't
so
think she has her signature yet, but she did drop a
okay?
collection.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's Reebok. But like Nike is doing interesting thing with women's sneakers, and um, but that's about it, right? Like the Sabrina's cool. It's a cool sneaker, but like this time of year, we should be reflecting on the Christmas release, the Christmas sneakers, right?
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Right,
that's a fact.
and
That's
looking
a fact.
forward to the All-Star releases,
Yep.
Yeah,
right? But
Yep.
not just
yeah,
not just the Jordan release, but like the big three of Nike basketball from back in the
yeah.
day,
Yeah. Yeah.
LeBron, Kobe, KD.
Kobe.
But like maybe we do like a Giannis, Paul George, KD. You know what I'm saying? Like they have so many more athletes now, and so we should be reflecting on those sneakers and looking forward to what's coming out All Star. And
Yeah.
it
We're not.
nobody cares. Nobody
We're
cares,
not.
right? Like
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the AE2, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the other colorways of the Harden 9 are going to look like
Mm.
because that's a phenomenal shoe,
That
right?
Listen.
blue was
So
that blue ice or glacier looking
Ooh,
one that
that
they just
blue ice, yes, is
ooh.
fire.
I am
yeah.
hoping they come in little feet
Yeah.
because I need that. I
That would
need
be
That's
it.
another. I
my
mean, I
first and
wore
only
the
Harden.
really,
Yeah.
because I wore the Harden 8 casually. I wore the
Mm.
last model I wore it casually. Because it's such a great shoe. But like Adidas is killing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Adidas basketball is, I feel like, on top of the world in the NBA. Um, and I was even thinking about making a video about this, but it's like the NBA definitely has a Nike problem. Um, it's, I mean, even with the jerseys, right? Like they're doing some interesting things with the jerseys, with the City Edition and all this other stuff. But like when Adidas was doing the jerseys, like we got a Christmas jersey, we got like all sorts of stuff. Um, and so it's just I'm seeing a change in the uh, in the landscape of sneakers, and not a bad thing, but I can see there being some growing pains for some people.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I really want to go back and put some light on the whole J tips because even though I think we still have been camping out. I feel like the camp out for J tips release this year felt like sneakers. It felt like sneaker culture because in that line, it didn't seem like I'm lining up to resell these. It really felt
Hmm.
like people were lining up to connect, and I want this pair. That's why I'm here. I really want this pair. Um,
It was half and half.
you really think so? Well, you know so.
I
We was
know
there.
Well,
so.
she
I
was
was there.
there.
Give
It
Morgan, I
was it
said
was
that.
half and
But
half.
so
But for the
give us.
most part,
Uh huh.
for the most part, the people that
Yeah.
were in the line, it was foot to toe. It was foot to
Mm.
toe. It got a little crazy at some point, but that's all right.
All right.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
I remember you telling
Um,
me that. But again, I feel like that's part of the culture. I feel like
yeah, for sure.
a lineup gets crazy. You have those people that pull up late that forcing their way in the line or get
Yep.
looks to get in front of the line. I feel like that is part of the whole camp out culture. Which that's why I don't camp out. Why I don't like camping out just because it's like rolling the dice. You may get it, you might not, and wasting my time is one of the things I really don't want to do. I'm already giving you my money. Not next time. I'm not gonna waste my time. But yeah, that's why I really like that about the whole J Tips when he releases something, when he tells a story, it feels like sneaker culture. It really feels like sneakers
Sure.
again. You know, it makes sneakers feel like
But
sneakers again.
this is also coming from a guy that is a real deal sneaker guy,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right? So like his outlook on things is going to be different than someone that's just famous off of something else and getting a sneaker collab. Like he's
Yeah.
a real sneaker dude in real life.
Yeah.
So I think that's what brings that feeling even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I like that. As we, close out the episode, I do have one more question. Again, I've been hearing a lot of talk about passing the torch and preserving the game. And we always say there is no age to stop liking sneakers. There is no age to stop collecting. And my question is passing the torch necessary? How do we preserve the game, and is passing the torch necessary? If there is no
yes,
age to stop collecting, you think so?
yeah,
Explain.
because when we don't patch the torch and we don't give reasons why it matters, we get people like Marissa.
Mm.
Oh, okay. That came out of nowhere.
I know I was not ready for it. I gotta add it. Bang,
I wasn't
bang,
ready
bang.
for.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We get the Marissas. We get the people that started collecting in 2020. We get the whole conversation. Can resellers be in sneaker culture or be sneaker collectors? Like we get these conversations because these people are not people that love the culture for real. And when you're passing down the torch, especially to the younger generation, I think it's and I get it, they're not gonna relate to things that we relate to because they have different stars, they have different basketball players and stuff that they look up to. But it's like no one has OGs anymore. Like you can just tell that no one has OGs, and I don't know if that has to do with the parenting. I don't know where it's coming from, but we're losing recipes. And honestly, a lot of that is on us too, because a lot of the older people, they be like, "Oh, you wasn't outside when blah blah blah." Bro, I couldn't be outside. I was only one.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's on us too. Like we can't make them feel like they're not included, but they also have to want to be included.
I feel like when you speak of Marissa and sorry my guy, and all these other pages, I just really feel like that you're at 500,000 followers. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I also feel like that is a product of trying to pass the torch. Somebody had to give the look. Somebody had to give the cosign, because these people wouldn't be in the culture. They wouldn't be. They wouldn't be product of the culture if Nice Kicks didn't put them on their platform. If Complex Sneakers didn't put them on the platform, and Sneaker News didn't put them on their platform, they wouldn't even be in front of us as as the sneaker culture. They might be somewhere else, but since these platforms are passing the torch to them, like, oh, this is the upcoming sneaker creator, this is the upcoming platform, this is the upcoming guy. They're no longer shouting out Farmer Simpson. They're no longer shouting out these older collectors that we grew up on or we watched or continue to watch or know. It's not there anymore. So I feel like in a sense of passing the torch, I don't think it's worthy. Like I just don't feel like the game will be preserved the way it should be. I feel like it's gonna become something that we worked hard to create that it's not. I mean,
I
because you adding fakes being added is just like that one thing. It was just like we all got an agreement, like that's a no-no. Whether you're a reseller, whether you're an old head, whether you're a new head, fakes was just that no. Like you don't sell fakes to someone. You don't sell fakes to get money. Like if a person knows it's fake and you sell it to them, that's whatever. That's y'all business. But selling to someone that truly loves sneakers, you're gonna really sell this person a fake. Like that's not something of someone of the culture would do. And I feel like
Yeah.
passing the torch and giving it to them is like it's kind of like making sneakers about money and not sneakers.
Well, we choose who we pass the torch to, right? Like,
Do we really?
of course. If so, okay, somebody watches your content, right? You got a young kid who watches your content, and then they get into sneakers because they watch your content, right? And they reach out to you, and say like, yo, I really want to start collecting sneakers. Like, you know, how do I start? Boom, you get him going. And then he gets to a point where maybe a year or two later, he wants to start making content on sneakers and he reaches out to you for advice. Are you going to help him out, or are you going to,
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that
I mean,
can
but
be a
if
reality. Go ahead.
if I find out he's selling fakes or promoting fakes,
No, no,
no,
no.
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
asking
come
about
out.
that. No, 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 no. I'm just
That's what
saying he watches your content and follows what you say, and he is like, okay, Flex says that fakes aren't cool. I don't rock with fakes. Oh, Flex says that this Jordan is cool. Maybe I don't like it, but you know, I usually like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But
it's,
that's the issue. They're not following suit. They're
but
not
no, but you
following
don't know
what they're
that
not.
though. But
We
you don't
do
know
know
that.
that.
You
We do know that because fakes wouldn't
no,
be as
you.
popular as it
How
would.
many,
Are there?
bro? How many followers do you have?
Uh, I'm right at 1,400.
So on TikTok.
Oh, 39,000.
So you got 39,000 followers on TikTok, right?
Mhm.
You're telling me not one of those 39,000 followers or any of the other followers that you're getting in the next however many years is gonna is gonna start following you and start making content because of
So
what you're putting out there?
I'm meaning like when we pass the torch. Obviously, when we pass the torch, you got to pass to someone that's influential. So if you're passing it to just your homeboy, that's not going to create the culture. When I say passing the torch, I'm talking about the ones that we're putting in the forefront.
Who
That's
who
passing.
Who's
passed the
putting
torch
in
to
the
you?
work?
No, no, no.
Who
Is that
passed the
what you
torch to
mean?
you, Flex? Who passed the torch to you?
I don't have the torch to pass. I don't have the torch to pass. We pass the torch as a collective. So when we co-sign someone that we know is not of the culture, that's pretty much us as a collective passing the torch. Like when you see these people that don't know what the Wu-Tang Dunks are, don't even know the symbol, like don't even know the branding. It's just like it's we like these videos, we comment these videos, we repost these videos, we even create videos around this content. That is passing the torch. That is giving them the looks that they get. That's giving them the cosigns. If we know it's no good for the culture, why do we continue to pass it on? Why do we keep on keeping it in
Be-
rotation?
well, because with social media is that nowadays, I was actually listening or watching, so I don't even remember, but they basically said that it's giving right now that social media is pushing more
Negative
uh
content.
negative content
Mm-hmm.
than
Mm-hmm.
anything else.
Yeah, that I
And I
think it was on
think
the
that's a
sneaky link
big
side.
part of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's a really big part of it. Oh yeah, it was. Shout out to the girls. Um Definitely a part of it. I think
I'm,
that's definitely a part of it. But I think two things could be true at once. I see what Morgan is saying, and I think what
mhm.
you're saying it has some value too. But I don't know if we find a middle ground is the question.
I think that what we have to do is keep putting out information and supporting the people who are doing the good, you know, doing the good work,
Mhm.
right? Like Sneaky Leak podcast. I think they're doing a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
You
Excuse me.
know, Haas doing a phenomenal job. Like I'm gonna say us, obviously,
Of
but
course.
like we're all doing the good work to try to expand sneakers to the younger generation, right?
Mhm.
Like it's our generation who I feel like is messing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Really?
I think it's our not our like people who've been in sneakers as long as us, but like people who are maybe younger, maybe like I don't know how old Marissa is, but
She was around our age, like
right,
late 20s, I
like
She's
believe.
older than our age.
Oh,
she got, you know, is somebody with money, right? Somebody who's got the money to fund buying sneakers. They go all out into it without knowing the history, right? Like
hmm
I think it's people our age who are doing. I mean, think about the other people who just got into sneakers during COVID who don't know what they're talking about, right? Like, how
but
old are they?
my thing is this. What I'm saying is, so how did Marissa get to the platform that she is?
No clue.
How that we somewhere somehow we gave the cosign. She got put on
You
these
keep saying
platforms.
we. You keep
We
saying we.
because okay. So when Nice Kicks, Complex Sneakers, Sneaker News, eBay Sneakers, when they post something, they're posting something that they know that we're gonna react to. You know,
Hmm.
so somehow somewhere they're like, you know what, Marissa's a good fit. Somewhere, this is a good fit
Well,
for the
Well,
sneaker.
because no,
her
not a
thing
good
is
fit.
YouTube. That's one. So
Hmm
YouTube audiences are going to be just a little different. And the reason why Marissa made it as far as she did, I'm not sure if it's more of a passing the torch, because it's like you saw the live. Like clearly
Mhm.
is a lot of people that feel like she is not, like, as a community, like I'm talking
Yeah,
about me,
we
you,
don't
the
rock
Karis,
with her.
everybody, we don't rock with
Mhm.
her. But she made it as far as she did because at the time there wasn't a lot of women on YouTube. She had the
Hmm.
funds to get a lot of early sneakers, did her styling video. She clearly has a team behind her that pushes her. Like, that's why she made it as far as she did. And listen, I don't care for the girl, but I guess she works hard. I will give her that. You work hard. When they tell you to put that camera on and they got the cue cards in the back, when you reading stuff, even though you still don't know what you're talking about, reading the cue cards, it's working. It works. And you know, her biggest
Yeah.
audience, according to her, is 17 to, I just call a lot of shit cat. But besides that, a lot of men, for the most
Mhm.
part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the sneaker publications, like they know what's going to get clicks, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
A conventionally attractive,
Mhm.
you know, light-skinned girl with curls who
exactly.
wears sneakers, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Who,
Exactly. Facts.
you know, that's it's what gets clicks, right?
Mhm.
That's the way it goes.
Hey, and
But what I'm saying is for us, for what we need to do is I feel like we just need to keep informing people and putting our stuff out there and kind of like Key did, combat, the BS when she sees it, right? Like I feel like that's all we can do. All we can do is say, all right, hey, y'all trying to give shine to this person. Nah, I'm gonna tell you how it really is, right? Like, Key, do you feel like you got backlash from that? Like, or do you feel like the community came together and was like, nah, Key's right?
No, I definitely felt like the community came together in that instance. I only got backlash from like one person, which I had to curse him out. But
Oh, you talking about what's his name? What's that podcast called?
we're not going to put
Sneak
their
This.
names in the air. Not no, not sneakers. We're not going to
Oh,
put their names in the air. But
Russ said
who?
you
snake
know,
this.
he wanted to be a contrarian so bad when the whole community was on one, and you wanted to do the complete opposite and call me out for sticking up for the community, pretty much.
Mhm.
And that's why he got cursed out.
But he's not really into sneakers though, right? Like he's into his little resale
He
glasses business
does
or
his
something.
reselling glasses business, whatever he does. If he says he's into sneakers,
So
okay.
how do we preserve the game? How do we pass it on the
He,
correct
Well,
way?
I feel like what
teach
Key
and call out bullshit, and
exactly. That's
we
what. Yeah.
teach, call out bullshit when it happens, and as a community, if we're seeing things that are not aligned with
Mhm.
culture and how we see things, we got to call it out. We have to. Like, I feel like this is getting good. I feel like people are afraid to speak up because they don't want to ruin potential opportunities with brands.
Mm-hmm.
It is
So
what it
speaking,
is.
okay. So speaking of that, that we'll talk because I this has been on me heavy. So we're gonna go to While You Were Sleeping campaign, and I had a huge issue with that campaign simply because one, I didn't know what was going on. Two, we had the exclusive look at the Converse, and I didn't see no black creative get it. I seen FD from the future showcase the shoe, and from what I understood, the whole campaign was while you were sleeping, and it was kind of like there's a secret society that's holding you back or taxing you on the for black people. And I just could not understand how you can have someone of color showcase this shoe, but yet you're talking about black tax on a black creative, and you didn't have no black creative tell this
Tell the
story.
story.
And then when you get the most limited exclusive look is from someone that's not of color. Like those are the things I feel like that we should call out because that is creating
I
something
agree.
that is not of the culture. It's more of we get more of the who has the most likes, who has the most followers, and most of the time the people that have the most followers or the most likes don't have the best interest of the culture.
They
And it's
just
just
get the two
like,
and be like, "Thanks, James. Great story."
I mean,
Yeah.
I think this might be the same color as the other ones. Where not sure what the story is, but I love the swoosh on it. And it's just like, so the whole all this money and marketing and promo that you put into the campaign, you gave this sneaker to this guy, and he didn't even tell your story.
And he could have put some people on, right? Like he could have put some smaller
Easily,
creators on
easily,
in that
easily.
situation, but
Very
instead, I mean,
true.
what's he always talk about? He's a businessman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
and
But go
in
ahead.
that sense, he's right. I mean, in that sense, is very much there was a, this is gonna sound like a conspiracy, whatever, but like it's very capitalist. It was a very capitalist move, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
he's talking about, I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. Like, okay, well, he's putting on the people who are going to get the most clicks. He's using a hot button topic with,
Yeah.
you know, race relations and stuff like that. And he is trying to make as much money as possible. Does he care about the story he's telling? No. And like, we could have,
See,
go ahead.
And
that's why I
I'm
struggle with it, because it's like I don't want to say that he doesn't care, but at the same time, he has admitted to not being in the design process and the storytelling process and stuff like that too. So it's like I'm not sure where it got lost to where he's not involved as much as he used to. And to your point, it does feel like he's just selling Black stories to us, but also it like with this campaign specifically, kicking us in the face, because it's like, one, you didn't seed any Black creators. At least I didn't see. If anyone's watching this, I want to correct me, please, by all means.
absolutely.
But we didn't see it. And then the movie, you had to be in a certain city to see the movie. And it's like, you want people to spend $230 or whatever, how much the shoes are, and you're not even really talking to the people or putting your work out for the people that don't understand it, that are Black. And like I don't understand. I did not understand this campaign as a whole. And another thing, we're used to James putting out visuals and stuff first, then giving shoes. It's like he was giving shoes but wasn't putting out visuals. And you're mad that people aren't connecting with your product?
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like he was saying, "Hey, this is for you," but in reality, it didn't feel like it was for me.
It's for him.
Yeah.
You're doing these campaigns and these showcases and these media rollout, and we don't have an alma mater in North Carolina. He doesn't, but you have ties out here, so there should be something
Yeah.
out here about it, And then I don't. Where was the exclusive look at? Was it in the UK or US?
What, the movie?
The Converse.
UK.
Like,
Yeah. Not to say there's
what?
no Black creators out there, but
Yeah,
it's
no, no,
like,
no, no.
again,
But
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 did
but but
Prozac,
but the
Prozac,
story that you're telling is in the United States.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's the thing is he says he's not a reformed Black guy. But my thing is this: if you ever been in the hood, if you grew up in poverty, then it's a bunch of people sitting at a desk that's making these decisions for us, but don't know what's going on. And you're becoming that person. You're making these decisions and you don't know what's going on. You're saying that, oh, it's good, and y'all just not understanding me. Y'all not just not
If you
understanding
know,
me.
you know. We don't know.
Yeah,
if
and that's
so,
just like, and
here's
that's just the way, man. That's just like a politician. They come and tell you, oh, well, you just don't see the bigger picture of what's going on. Yet there's people that can't get these benefits. They can't do this, and we're talking about the present right now. I don't understand you. I'm not talking about the future. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about right now, and I'm telling you we don't have this, and you're telling me you just don't understand. Well, make me understand. Go ahead.
so as a tennis coach and as somebody who's going to go into education, and my mom she was in education before she retired. If a player or if a student doesn't understand the message, it's not the student's fault. It is the communicator's fault. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%.
Like if he's
1,000%.
trying to convey a message, it's not our fault for not understanding, right? I believe 100% it is the communicator's fault, and if he is putting the blame on the people receiving the message, that just lets me know he doesn't understand how he failed at communicating the message effectively. It's as simple as that. If I've got a tennis
1000%.
player who is not understanding what I'm trying to teach them, I have to find a new way to communicate what I'm trying to teach them, right? If I show them, like if I try to hit the ball or whatever, and they don't get it from that, okay, well, I'm going to record you, and then we're going to watch it, and then I'm going to record you. Whatever. We're just going to find different ways to get you to understand what we're trying to convey. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like he takes offense to like when someone's correcting or just saying like their opinion.
Of course.
But it's like it's not because we don't want to see you win. I want to see him win. Like I
Yeah.
truly, honestly want to see him win. But it's the simple fact, like we also want to make sure when we trying to preserve the culture and pass on that torch, when you get up to the where we need you to be, that you can speak for us, because that's what you're saying. You're for us. You're for Black culture. You're for us. So when you get up there, you're gonna speak for us. Well, we want you to say the right things. And the further he goes up there, I feel like the further he loses sight of what was really when he was on the ground, what he was talking about. Putting food on other people's plates. It's just like you're not anymore. You're doing releases and exclusive looks. Like I feel like those will be beneficial for the Black culture. Now doing a rollout in media in the UK, I don't have nothing against that. That's you doing your thing. But those exclusive looks definitely should have been for a Black creator. Definitely should have been. I mean, the
Even a smaller one, even smaller Black creators, right?
Right.
That's
Agreed.
what it's
Put
for.
them on.
Yeah.
Put them on.
That's
You
the
know what I'm
hustle.
saying? Like
That's the hustle.
Yep.
That's the hustle. And
I
I
but
think,
agree.
instead we got. Well, never mind.
and that's the thing I feel like is an issue in our culture as well too. Like when people get into those places, we feel like we can't pass on, get somebody a good look. Like I feel like people had issue with Ice Cube and his son being an actor. It's because it's Ice Cube, but or LeBron James and Bronny, it's an issue. But when Bill Gates and Steve Jobs passes on these corporations and stuff, it's no issue. Oh, that's family. I mean, the Walmart family, Sam Walton's family is sitting on billions of dollars, and I can guarantee you, he left that to his family, and it makes sense. But for someone that gets up there of our color, it's just like, nah, you gotta dig it out the mud like I did.
Yeah.
Why? When you're up there, you give me a
A lot of
hand.
people are like that. Yeah.
Why can't you give me a hand? Why is it frowned upon when you give me a good look? Why?
A lot of it is a lot of it is projection. A lot of it is trauma based, and they don't know how to break generational curses like that, because like I said, like because you struggle, now you want me to struggle to get it. And I think it's a difference between wanting someone to work hard to get things, and you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
just like giving it to them. But like some of them, a lot of our elders are low-key haters. I'm sorry to say it, like they're low-key haters, and they don't, if you're not going to do it their way, they would just rather
You not do it.
Yeah.
If you're not jumping through what they had to jump through, if you didn't go through the traumas or the suppression that they went through, it's just like, oh, you're not Black enough, or you're not strong enough, and it's crazy because, like I said, there are people that are born billionaires, millionaires. Like it's just like their dad, like, hey, you know what? That's my son. Why not? Why should my son have to work hard? You're not saying that he doesn't understand what working hard is or understand the value of things, but why let my child or someone that I know suffer when they don't have to? Why continue what we're trying to run away from? Why continue that?
It's so funny. I've got a friend from the military who grew up, he grew up poor, and he's got kids. I mean, he's still in the Army, and he's got kids now. And this dude was like, I mean, tough guy, right? And so now it's so funny watching him raise his kids, because like now they're going to like these artsy middle schools and stuff like that, and it's like I feel like we need more of that, but like we need to cultivate our culture and cultivate the next generation. But at the same time, like y'all still got to work for it, right? Like we're gonna
Absolutely.
put you on game, right? Like
Mhm.
we're gonna put you on game. We're gonna give you tools to succeed, and we're gonna try to put you in the right spots. But you still got to go out and get it, right? And I
Yeah.
feel like Flex and I feel like we're getting that from people, right? Like I feel like me and you are getting help from people. I mean, Jason has helped us out a lot, and
Mhm.
I mean, do you think
Jason,
it's a good
that's my
guy?
guy. Like he's given me game, and we've had
Mhm.
some real like conversations to where like he's like, I can see this being your path. Like
Yeah,
he's a good dude for real.
yeah,
Like you
Mhm.
don't come by people like that often.
Yeah. Nah,
right. And
absolutely. Absolutely.
like Bernie has put me on game from Extra Butter, and
Mhm.
even Haas puts us on game. Some of it sounds like hating, but like he's helped us. I know Flex looking.
I
Like
tried. I tried. I tried. I tried. I promise you I did. But go ahead.
like we have people who are, I mean, like we do have people who are trying to put us on
No,
game and trying to help us
absolutely.
out. Seth, right? Seth
Mhm.
Eaton.
Yep.
Um,
And
the people that unboxed, right? Like,
it is crazy. It is absolutely insane. Um, Self hit me up the other day. He asked for FaceTime, and I mean, I didn't know what the context of the conversation was gonna be. But anyway,
mhm.
he was like, "Man, I just want to congratulate you on doing a good job." And I was just like, it was crazy because I didn't expect that from him, and
Yeah,
I didn't get that from my peers. I didn't get that from the community. I didn't get that from the black community. I don't get that. Oh man, y'all doing a great job. Like, I don't get that. Oh, I just want to let you know you're doing a good job. When we
we
have
get
a
it from
good
Jay Will. We get it from Jay Will.
J Will Key, she does that too. But
Yeah.
like, it's not it's not as common as you would think it should be.
Hmm.
It's not as common as you think it should be. And
You
I feel
gotta do
like
better.
I feel like that's just kind of one of those things. It's more of like, and I'm not saying that people are not happy for us, but I feel like it's more of like it's more fuel than it is. It's more fuel for them than it is like congratulations. Like, oh, I got to get to that level. I got to get there. I got to get there. You
Yeah, that's
know.
true.
And the thing about it is, I have no issues providing anything that we do on our podcast. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? Because there's a lot of times I see people taking the hardest way out, but like I feel like they're so powerful they're not gonna be like, hey Flex, how do you do that? Though, like, how do
Hmm.
you edit do
Mm-hmm.
you do this? And I have no issues with it. I have
Yeah,
no issues at all. And I don't want to go in nobody's inbox and be like, hey, you should do this because it's a lot easier. Because
yeah. It's not
it's
gonna
kind
cut.
of
Yeah,
it's kind of like who are you to come tell me like I'm doing
I
this the
don't know.
way.
Sometimes though, sometimes you need that because Haza tell you he was structuring his videos and they was looking like he just put them on the floor. And I went in that man
Mhm.
inbox. I said, Haz, I say this with love. I need you to angle your camera at a certain way.
Nah, for real though.
But it
Nah,
was
for
I've
out
real
of
seen
though.
it.
love because I want to see you do better.
Yeah. Nah,
The
Did he
nah.
lighting
listen?
was crazy.
Did he listen?
He
Yeah, he did. He
did.
straightened it. Yeah, he did
See?
straighten it up. He got a tripod and
He
Yeah.
everything.
did. See? So sometimes, if you and it's gonna be hit or miss because some people are gonna be like, oh
Hmm.
well, don't tell me what to do, but then you're gonna have other people that actually are willing to learn that's gonna appreciate it. For
Yeah.
I
sure.
mean, I would love to see in 2025, we all come together. Obviously, community wise, I mean all colors, races, backgrounds, whatever. I mean that. But far as black creators and
I'm rooting
black,
for everybody black in 2025. I already wrote
I
that on
am.
Twitter. Like I
Yeah.
want us
Yeah.
to really
Mm-hmm.
like step on the pedal, like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
crash,
Even
almost a
Marissa.
crash diamond.
Even Marissa. Even I say even I would
Even
hope that
Marissa. She's gonna
I hope.
continue. Listen, Marissa's gonna continue to do great because she has a better IQ than all of us. And she's gonna work harder, work smarter, and she's gonna
Yeah,
do great.
nah.
I'm not worried about Marissa, but I'm worried about people
I hope
like
they
us that are constantly in our heads
And it's like, and I'm saying this for me too. Like, we need to really step it up in 2025. Like, I'm trying to see campaigns. I'm trying to see niggas getting flown out. I'm trying to see more seating. Like, we deserve it. Because at the end of the day, this is our shit. Everyone else can listen. Everyone can be a part of sneakers. You don't have to be black to love sneakers. However, let's not forget where shit comes from. Because I feel like we lost that for a quick second. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
No,
I'm trying to get
absolutely.
flown out. I'm trying to get flown out.
See? Yeah. Listen, whoever's listening to this, fly my brothers out. Like, what are we talking about?
James, fly us out, man. We out here getting black taxed. Fly us out.
Y'all be flyed out. Y'all would be flyed out by Saucony before y'all be flyed out by James. Trust
and that's
me.
a shame.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what I mean. That is the issue. Like,
hey, look, I'm cool being flown out by Saucony.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Like that,
Saucony might be doing more for black culture than with Color Plus, with J Tips, West Side Gun. They might be doing more than J. But whatever. It's all good. It's
all good.
Is it? Apparently, it's not.
This is good.
I mean, that's the thing. That's what we got to speak up. It's not all good. Even though we of course everybody wants to be positive, but there are conversations that need to be had. There's conversations, there are things that we need to say that shouldn't be swept under the rug. There shouldn't, like, you know what? Since we're talking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. I'm confused on why we went on a Nice Kicks panel. I'm
not confused.
Wait, I am, because we had Schooler on our show, we had Haas on our show, we had Kari 2 times on our show, we had Key on our show, we had Self on our show, like
J Tips.
We had J Tips.
Jason.
We got 25%. We got 25% of the panel, but y'all went and put. I'm not gonna say no names, but I was just a little confused. I was just a little confused. I was confused.
Y'all deserve to be on there for sure. I mean, 100%
I knew that.
To be real, even if I didn't make it, I felt like Morgan should have been on there. The Morgan should have. I mean, the diversity that he has in his collection, the way he stands up for Asics, Saucony, New Balance, like, I would have been okay with it. I would have took that as a complete W. Like, all right, one of the boys got on there. One of the boys got on there, but like, us not even to be included.
I think. I do think that
we also been on Sneaker History podcast like 3 times, because Mike was also part of the panelists too. But yeah.
So when I started seeing people like announcing that they were on the panel, and it was people who I respected and I really, I was happy for them. I knew that I didn't get an email or a message about being on the panel. I was like, oh well, I don't really care who's on the panel then, other than the people who, like, I'm not trying to sound like political or anything like that, but like the people who I was seeing, who I follow, who are on the panel, super happy for them. But at the other side, I was like, oh yeah, there is something here. And I think that me and you discussed that privately. There's no way that you can tell me that we are not in that top 100 people.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I mean, the options, I don't know, because I know Kari sells multiple rounds to picking the shoe. I know we can go through our collection, and we got most of the shoes that was on the shoes and things.
Not only do we have them, but we can talk about the shoes for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like
an hour and 55 episodes. Yeah.
We can say it. We can tell you, like, we do we're in this for more than just sneakers as being a commodity, right? Like,
yeah, no, for sure.
We're here, but I am more focused on the Beamer Williams one. The Beamer Williams top, if he does that again, about being on that one. Then I am with the Nice Kicks one. I'm just leave it at that.
I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in there.
Let's see what next year brings.
Yeah, but we will see what next year brings.
We're definitely, and if we don't get a spot on no panel, that's fine. I mean, I'm not.
You gonna change what you're doing?
No, I'm not. Absolutely.
I'm not. I'm not changing.
I've been saying since day one. I was buying sneakers when the cameras weren't rolling. So there's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm I'm not asking for anything when it comes to social media or being a part of social media culture or anything. Because, like I said, when the camera's cut off, I'm still gonna be on my phone. Oh, I bought these, or I bought this.
Yeah.
I'm the camera's just taking y'all along the journey. I'm not
Yeah.
doing it for the camera. Because, like I said, I was 250 pairs deep into my collection before I cut this camera on and said, "Hey, I'm Flex Luke."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that doesn't bother me. But we do put in work. And I feel like when people talk about other podcasters and stuff, they talk about, oh, they doing this, they doing that, they doing it, and like, hey, 55 episodes. And I feel like we came out of nowhere. We came out of nowhere. There were people that were already doing it an hour in, and we hopped on. We turned the mic on. Episode 5, we got Kari on. We got guests. Episode 10, we got another big guest. So it's just like we had J Tips on. These are big
We've
people.
had the biggest people in sneakers this
Mm-hmm.
year on the
Mm-hmm.
podcast. We've had
Mm-hmm.
Seth. We've had Key. Right? Can
Mm-hmm.
you guys believe we got Key twice?
That's
We had J
crazy.
Tips. We had J
Uh-huh.
Tips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sneaker fetish.
Mm-hmm.
We
We
had
had sock.
Haas. We
We had sock
we had Sock
jig.
Jig. We had
Mm-hmm.
Sock Jig. We
Mm-hmm.
had Matt Hatfield. We had Nice Kicks on.
And
We had
and I feel like that's so crazy because Matt is Nice Kicks, and we weren't considered for the panel is crazy. I just you know, but when it comes to sneakers, it's politics. Now, what politics was there?
A
I
lot
don't
of
know.
politics. A
Mhm.
lot of politics.
We could be completely wrong, but I'm just saying we deserve the
we
look.
could have been 101 and 102. We could have been 101, 102. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe. But
It definitely could have been some people off that list.
But I'm
Right.
gonna say
It is what it is.
if we're talking sneaker media, we're part of sneaker media right now. We do a podcast every week about sneakers, talking to people that's in sneakers. We talk to creative directors, we talk to designers,
we had Bernie on.
we
Extra
talk
butter.
about we talk, so like it's just crazy. They were just like, I would have took us being a collective. Soul Brothers,
Yeah.
as a collective,
Like,
I have no
our
issue
vote,
with that.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of the things that I'm trying to do is as a collective now, right? Like I don't
Mhm.
like if somebody wants me to go on their pod,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run it by Flex and be like, hey, you want to do this with me? If not, boom, I do it by myself. If he does, then he's coming with me, right? Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's I don't know. That's just we will see what 2025 brings. I've got some
And-
ideas.
Mhm.
I've got things cooking,
Mm-hmm.
but
Same.
I feel like being left off, being left off the Nice Kicks list.
Put a
Maybe
battery in
it-
your back.
Maybe it
Yeah,
put a battery in my
absolutely.
back because I knew
Absolutely.
I deserved to be there, but I was like, whatever. I'm not tripping about it. But
And that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna like to piggyback off of what you're saying. When stuff happens, when you should be a part of something,
Mhm.
it just use it as motivation to be like, nah, I'm gonna make it to the point you cannot deny me.
yeah,
You gotta just keep working hard because that's how I feel about Adidas. I never even spoke
Mhm.
about it publicly, but here we are. Like, it's no reason why I wasn't one of the women that got seated that shoe.
Yeah.
When
You are?
I have been putting on fits since January with the
Mhm.
AE.
yeah. And
Stop
now the
playing
biggest
with me,
thing
bro.
is, and now everybody said, oh, you can wear these with jeans. You can wear these casually. You can wear. Key's been doing it since the beginning of the year.
The beginning of the year started with the Stormtrooper. I have 5-6 pairs of AEs. Is number 2 on my list for the it's certain things, and I don't know if there's any politics. I don't know. I honestly don't care at this point. But what I know is that stop playing with me because I'm that girl. And at the end of the day, yes, I can talk my shit.
Look.
Yes,
and
I
it's-
can talk my shit. I did a lot of shit this year. I'm getting
Yeah,
seated.
absolutely.
I'm getting seated by the Nike.
Yeah.
I'm getting seated by Nike. I'm getting seated by John Geiger. And these are people that are seeing my worth, me putting on these fits.
Mhm.
And you niggas from Adidas is following me, seeing my stuff, interacting with my stuff
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
works in marketing, but I'm not getting seated. Something's fishy going on, but it's all right. It's all right because my blessings are gonna come regardless.
Yep.
And my thing with niggas in marketing is y'all better stop playing. Because don't let that little job make it seem like you're just this big tall guy, because when you're doing wrong to people for no apparent reason, your job can be gone tomorrow. Cherish it and treat people well.
Look, I'm
Dead
gonna
ass.
say this:
Agree.
if Key says we're not
Agree.
rocking with AEs, I'm not rocking with AE.
Yo, that's crazy.
Look, no,
No,
but
we rocking with AE because
yeah,
AE
nah,
didn't do
see,
nothing. But
yeah,
it's
Those-
the people that's
The AEs
working.
are fire. I'm not gonna. Thank God you're not saying that because the AEs are fire.
Nah, but
Ooh, I got nervous for a second.
I will say this: the pairs that were seated, sometimes that's the only pair that they got. So
That's true.
is that true? Is you really getting the job done when the only pair that they have in their collection of the AE ones is the pair that you gave them?
So let's ask Flex then. How many of those Omni 9s did you purchase? What percent were seeded to you? How many of the 10?
One.
One. So 10% of your Omni 9s you were seeded, and then 90% you purchased, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just making sure, because I know that I don't have the blue matrices yet, but we have all of the J tips. You got all the J tips, right?
Yep.
We've only been given what, half of them? Not even?
Not even half of them. Cause we didn't
Right?
get
We didn't get the Gridazors.
Special occasion, and we didn't get who's fronting, or remember who's fronting.
Right. So, if marketing, if the marketing people are they're trying to sell sneakers, right? Okay, that's their job, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there are more like grassroots sneakerheads who I never want to say deserve it. I don't want to say deserve, but I feel like would do more
That can
for
be included.
Right. But I would say that we would do more for a business. We can bring more value, not just because we have more clicks or whatever, but if you don't feel like people are embracing your product, then maybe include the people who have been embracing your product, right? Instead of
Buying
just
them
giving
with
it
their
to
own money.
right. Instead of just giving it to people who, the person who invented the laundromat photo shoot, right? Like
invented the laundromat photo shoot.
hey, she changed the channel
That
once
was crazy.
she changed the channel when she brought the camera to the laundromat, man.
Nah, that's crazy. But again, those, and for the listeners, I hope it's not being perceived as like
Sour grapes.
Yeah,
it's more of like, again, those conversations that need to be had, those things that need to be
and
corrected.
accountability. Like, y'all need
Mhm.
to gotta start holding people accountable when bullshit is going on. Like, for real. And like, none of this is coming from an entitlement thing. I'm just saying, based on what
Mhm.
I've seen, how am I not included? That's
I
Right.
crazy.
mean, we're looking at 874 likes, 174 comments, and 96 shares, and that's just on the first AE photo. So I mean, if I'm we release a shirt, I'm gonna seed Key. I'm gonna give her that shirt, bro. I'm gonna give her that
It's like,
shirt.
please put it
like,
on. Please.
like,
Key, please.
why, why wouldn't you? It's just kind of
It
like
just
one of those
makes
Yeah.
questions, like,
sense. You gotta do what makes
what,
sense.
why wouldn't you? But yeah,
And
those
I'm
are
getting
those.
these numbers with a smaller. I don't even have 10K.
Yeah.
I don't even have
People,
10K.
people with 10K not even getting those numbers. So,
That's all. That's all. That's all.
you know.
So, yep. Showcase.
Yeah.
My phone
Showcase.
gonna die soon.
Okay, yeah. Oh, let me go first. So I just got these in again. Look,
Very
crazy,
nice.
crazy how
You
marketing
Ooh.
works.
purchased those. You purchased
Saucony
those with
Fast
your own
5.
money?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I
Wow,
did.
we love Saucony so much because they seed us, and then
Mhm.
we go and we purchase their
And we
product, and then we talk about it.
But I mean, I feel like that's one of the things when it comes to marketing, and I can speak on marketing because I do have a business degree, bachelor's.
Ah,
Anyways, business management. When
as you should.
exactly when you're marketing something, it's profits. You're trying to make sales. So I don't think I would have been exposed to this silhouette if it wouldn't have been someone seeding me this pair. But once I got exposed to it, it's like, oh, wait a minute. I like this. So
yeah.
guess
Mm-hmm.
what? I bought more pairs. That is the
And we talk
magic
about it
of
more.
marketing. Yeah.
And I feel like they understand that I feel like they understand it over there, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like I don't take it as like, okay, yeah, it's a gift, but at the same time, it's like I feel like they know that we're gonna do
I know
what
what
we
you're gonna.
do with them.
I know what you're gonna do with it. I know what you're
Right.
gonna do with it. Your profile is
We're
not
gonna
gonna be on private, and I'm gonna send
right.
you a pair. It makes no
We're going
sense.
to yeah, and I feel like they know like we're going to we're not just gonna sell you on the sneaker,
We're gonna
but
be honest with
we're going to build that community, right? Like we're going to build that connection with the sneaker, right? We're not just gonna sell it to you, but we're gonna connect with it.
Yeah, and if you're talking running, you're talking athleisure, stocking is definitely in that room, and
Yeah,
that's why
1000%.
I got the Star
such a great
Cow.
shoe though.
This shoe,
Such a great shoe.
Yeah, those are fire. I
if
like
you,
it.
but I got these on the retail, and I would have got them for retail. I was just searching for them, like you know what, whatever. Since I got them on the retail, I'm gonna grab them. But yeah,
I've got both
Star
Star
Cow.
Cow pairs,
Yeah,
and
I don't have both.
I would imagine that they would do another one, maybe like a glacier type of, that'll be the theme. Like
who's doing the Matrix? Is that Color Plus that's doing the new
that's
Matrix?
Color Plus. Those are
Okay.
fire.
I seen them.
But that's another example right there of I just saw an Instagram story from Jordan Page, who is the owner of Color Plus Company, who said like, yo, it's still a one-man team, and that's who Saucony's working with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's incredible. That's what we like to see in this community. But Star Cows, those are fire. Love them. Love the brown pair. I brought a New York sneaker. This is a New York themed sneaker. This is
I forgot about the theme.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I actually I was putting some sneakers away, and I went into the dark recesses of my dark recesses of my sneaker room, and I found these, and it's a 997 Concepts 997. The Rivalry Pack. This is the New York pair, and it's a Tiffany color because the New York Yankees logo was it was originally designed by Tiffany and Company for the NYPD Medal of Valor, right? And so New York, Tiffany, right? And then also some other people, they say that it is that it's the same color as the Statue of Liberty, but the reality is it is based on the Tiffany and Company, the Tiffany blue, or creating the logo for the New York Yankees.
Nice.
Yep, she's a fire.
Shout out to New York.
Shout out to New York.
Heavy on it. So my pair has been in the talks because they're coming back out, and Showcase is sentimental, right? So this is a very sentimental pair for me. So I'm doing a bread one.
Yay!
This is the 2013, and this pair is sentimental to me because I really thought I wasn't going to get this. I spoke about it on a sneakers segment, which I've also done that. Just
whatever. Just,
Yep. So, but basically, I thought I wasn't going to get them or whatever, and everyone knows that my brother, he was like a really big collector as well. Like I partly blame him for making me the monster that I am today. And I wanted this pair so bad, and I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get them. But my brother, like, he had called me. He was like, "What size you need?" I'm like, "A size 5," and he ended up getting them for me. So
that's
I like
nice.
really cherish this pair. And I think he also got them for me because he legit used to call me like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "Nothing." He'd be like, "All right, I need you to camp out for me." So like, I was camping out for my brother's shoes before I was even camping out for my shoes, type shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, really excited for these to come back. Heard just yesterday that they're gonna be stupid limited. Not happy about that.
That's too bad.
But if anybody want to go for a size 5, or if anybody wants to seed me a size 5, I have 4 pairs of different variations of the bread one. I don't pray about this colorway.
Yeah. I have the patent leather. I have the 2013 as well, and I have the patent leather.
Oh yeah.
And it's such a good shoe.
I just got the satin.
You got the satins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the satin. Uh-oh. Phone's gonna go down.
No, my headphone died, but the phone's gonna be next.
Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna close out. So Keith, thank you for stopping in. First episode of the new year, 2025.
Yes.
Hey, we set the tone. I think we set the tone for 2025. We know what we want. Going into 2025, we're gonna go for things that we feel we deserve. And if we don't get them, we're gonna keep on trying. If you don't let us in the room, then we're gonna bust down the door.
Exactly, and we're gonna, or and even if not, if you don't want to let us in the room, we're gonna make our own room. We're gonna make our own tables, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
come calling to us, and then at that point we could be like, I think about it.
Yeah.
I think about
Yeah.
it. You can sit over there at the table near the bathroom.
Yeah.
But any closing remarks, guys?
No, I'm just thank you for having me on. This is great. Have more women on. I've been telling
Yeah.
Flex that. Gotta have more women on.
Yep.
So many people doing a lot of great things out here. Got something coming up hopefully in February that's gonna be surrounded with women. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, y'all know y'all one of my favorite podcasts. So
Thank you, Key.
you're
Look,
welcome.
and Key was also on the panel. We had the
Yeah.
we had the host 2 times on our show, but the host of the event. But anyways, guys, as I always say, love, peace, and sneakers.
Sneakers.
Peace.
So brothers, yeah. So brothers, retro 7s, retro 3s, metallic silver, retro 11, sitting on freeze. They got so